if you're in a particular zone, we want you working, because there's a longer term goal to this. Number one, organize better for reorg, but number two, later on, and as this shows, the real big vision of this is how we get people elected. And what we got to do is we've got to get precincts active, number one, and number two, get the precincts working together with each other to sit there, and that's the power we're going to have over legislators. So if you want to have power over the legislators, we've got to activate your own precinct, and you got to coordinate and work with your neighboring precincts under those certain House districts or Senate districts or county council districts. This is basically what reorg was on January 29th, 2021. So we are so far ahead, it just almost blows my mind, number one. Number two, this stuff is going on all across the state. People started having reorg training meetings last weekend. They were doing, obviously we were doing some things even in 2022, but I mean, the uprising is everywhere. The uprising, I was speaking of something earlier, it's like, oh, I feel a little down, and there's so much that's coming up against us. There's more coming up against us because we have pushed back and exposed exactly what's going on. I mean, we saw what happened up in DC. I mean, that was, I don't trust about anything I see, but I think it was certainly a huge victory, because imagine if none of that happened. So that's a massive victory. What's going on now in South Carolina State House, I mean, has everybody heard about what the Freedom Caucus and some of those 20, we've got our own 20 creating a rebellion right here. I mean, they were physically kept out. I mean, the Palmetto Club down in Columbia, they had a Republican House caucus meeting on Wednesday, I think a lunch after they got out, after the inaugural stuff, I guess. And they physically kept members out of the meeting with security guards. So even though I've been walked out of an SCGOP meeting, when I was banned, for telling the truth, I mean, they're doing it to now elected officials. I mean, the uprising of what we're doing is so inspirational. I mean, it's over the top. I mean, I could not be more excited. And for those of you that come to the coffees and hear all we're doing, I mean, it's unbelievable what's going on in our country. Now, I will tell you, it will get worse before it gets better. It is going to get crazy insane through this reorg process, because this is why those Freedom Caucus people are actually showing some backbone.